Spring is coming. Tuesday, the spring equinox ushers in the season, and we will celebrate the turning from the darkness of winter and a world seemingly devoid of the brilliance of light, color, and life, to the promise of spring, increasing light, emerging new life. At the equinox, we are reminded there are moments when the darkness and light are equal. We do not always live in the extreme of one or the other. And perhaps that is the prayer for our world today. A moment of balance between extremes. A moment of wholeness, of salvation, of peace. In our heart of hearts, we know that even in moments of darkness, isolation, and captivity, salvation resides just under the surface. There is hope waiting within to burst forth. It is salvation, Jeremiah is proclaiming as he speaks to the Jewish people living in captivity, as he says, "The day is surely coming." Through Jeremiah, God is promising a new covenant with the house of Israel. It will be a different kind of covenant, no longer on tablets of stone. It will be written within the people, written on their hearts, everyone's heart. Everyone will know God. Ever since the beginning of humankind, God has sought to be in relationship with us, making covenant after covenant only for the people to turn away and break them. But this one is different. It is a heart's desire, a seed planted deep within. Psalm 51 speaks to that deepest desire. "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from your presence, and take not your Holy Spirit from me. Give me the joy of your saving help again, and sustain me with your bountiful spirit." God is life. It is God who can heal our hearts, renew our spirits, and bring joy to life. How many of us have hearts that are broken, who are or have experienced loss, illness, or desolation? How many feel dispirited or lost, or who simply seek wholeness in a renewal of spirit? This new covenant, which comes through Jesus, the one who lays down his life for us willingly, the seed that falls to the ground, dies and bears much fruit. Even before his trial and execution, the people of the world are beginning to seek him out, to be drawn to him. And today some Greeks seek out Philip and say, "Sir, we wish to see Jesus." When Philip and Andrew tell Jesus, his response is, "The hour has come." It seems as if the message about the Greeks seeking him is the sign that now his time has come. His ministry, the hope he brings, has reached beyond Judea, drawing others to him. But the coming of his hour is bittersweet. As the warning comes, "Very truly I tell you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains just a single grain. But if it dies, it bears much fruit." What can that possibly mean? The cycles of nature teach us every day, each season, through the plants, animals, through all life. And we see a never-ending process of constant change. Growth, life, death, rebirth, more life. It is time for the Son of Man to be glorified, and God to be glorified through him. Jesus willingly gives himself over to the divine plan of glory. Yet as we encounter Jesus' story, we struggle to understand a glory that comes through the act of embracing suffering, shame, and death. God is at work even in the darkest, hardest, loneliest time in life. In our lives, God is constantly present. Light and new life eventually emerge. just as joy comes in the morning after a long night of weeping or wrestling with God. Jesus truly loved the life of the world, God's people and creation. His life was full as he embraced the multitudes of people, challenged and taught his disciples as they struggled to understand, even as he engaged with the elders in the temples and ate with sinners, tax collectors, and Pharisees. His life was rich. He loved it all. He loved people, even the most challenging moments. He loved them and us. And it was and is messy, and sometimes it's inconvenient, and it's never ending. He was moved by the human condition and our deep need to be loved. Jesus walked with us. God's love drawing all to this love, hope and healing, leads to the cross. Jesus' purpose and sense of identity comes through not only his life, but his death and resurrection. And we struggle to understand all of this because when it comes to a seed dying for new life to emerge, we must ask, what is the seed within us that needs to die for new life to emerge to bring light and hope to the world? So we walk with Jesus. We walk with him this week as he embraces the Greeks, as he holds all in love. And as Thomas proclaimed, we say, let us go with him. So we go with him to Jerusalem next week. And we will be present with him at the garden at Gethsemane, at the cross at Golgotha, and meet him anew at sunrise on the third day, in the freshness of the morning dew. Like the women, we watch and pray and prepare. We seek and strive to understand Jesus, who he is to us and the world. Come, let us go with Jesus into the promise of new life.